Good evening, my friends. Welcome to another segment of the Masterclass Marathon on a Sunday. We are excited as usual to be here. Let me get a graphic up so you guys can see what's going on. As the speakers come in, we are going to get started right away. The Masterclass Marathon is always here for you to get some information that you need about growing your business, about taking yourself to the next level. It is all about you being able to hear information that you know you need, and sometimes things you don't even know that you actually need. So as our speakers are coming into the building, we'll bring them up. And I love doing the Masterclass Marathon. So welcome, Roche. Welcome, Jonathan, H Style, Naz Beauty. Welcome, Tammy. Welcome, Succession. Thank you all for joining. Hi, Princess. So when they get in here, we'll bring them up. All right. So how does the Masterclass Marathon actually work? We are here, and what we do is we teach. Each of us teach for 13 minutes. And then after the 13 minutes is up, every speaker has an opportunity to let you know exactly who they are and what it is that they do, and whatever their offer is. They have an opportunity to let you know their offer. I love providing a space for entrepreneurs to be able to share their businesses with others. And we all have to know that it's just a beautiful thing for us to connect, be in the same spaces at the same time. So I'm excited. I'm bringing my speakers up right now. Welcome. Let's see. I got one more to bring up. Welcome.
Welcome. Hey there.
How are you?
Doing well.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hey there, guys.
Hi.
Hey, guys. All right. So listen, we're going to hop right into this Masterclass Marathon that we're doing every single week. I want you guys to know that those of you who are watching, the speakers have 13 minutes to give their presentation. We normally do our own masterclasses in a separate location. Can you guys both mute out? I think I'm hearing some feedback. So everyone has an opportunity to do 13 minutes of a presentation. We normally do our own masterclasses alone, which means that as an entrepreneur, what we're doing is saying, hey, come over here, come behind this wall and hear my message. But guess what, guys? Here on Instagram Live, we're all sharing audiences. We're all here. Multiple people are on the platform. And guess what? If you guys love what you hear, which I know you will, click the arrow above and give any of the speakers a follow while they're speaking. So without further ado, they have 13 minutes. I'll give them the timer, and then they have 2 minutes to tell you who they are and what they offer. All right. So who wants to go first? I don't mind who goes first. Whoever wants to go first. Look at that. Kiki is pointing over there to Raymond Torregano. All right. Do you want to go first?
I don't mind.
All right. Well, if you don't mind, it doesn't matter. We're all going to hang out here in any case. So I'm going to give you 13 minutes on the clock. So let's get this party going. Teach us something. All right. 13 minutes on the clock. Over to you.
Oh, man. I love the timer. Hey, guys. First off, thank you, Tamika, for the invitation. And just salute to your entire community. And I just want to say publicly, I'll take a minute of my time to say salute to you for the work that you do. People don't know how hard it is to create paid content as well as free content. And I don't remember a Bronner without seeing you in some of them fancy clothes on the platform doing your work in Atlanta. So we've never been in the same space, but I know we know one another. We've taken a couple pictures together. So salute to you and all the work that you do, because I know what it takes, and happy to be here to share with you guys. Guys, I am RT3, as some people say, because there's three of us. I'm Raymond Torregano III, and my resume is a one-liner, guys. I'm a hairdresser, straight up. Like, I am a career hairstylist. I am proud of that. I feel like we are the unicorns of the world, entrepreneurs, as it were. And man, I try to tell anybody that has any close attraction to this industry, jump on in, because it was amazing when I entered in the early 2000s, and it's still amazing today. My background, guys, very quickly. I was a weird art kid who turns into the cool art adult and started off as a barber, eventually switched over into doing hair in a salon. And then that turned into my opportunity as a youngster to have my own salon, not because I knew what I was doing as a salon owner, guys. I just didn't fit in a lot of salons. I know you guys may have felt that. And that's about 2006. Was a salon owner for about a decade, was, excited to develop some careers, make some noise here in my city. I'm in Columbus, Georgia. And yeah, after about a decade, I knew that the walls and my wings, anybody let me know in the chat if you felt that, where I was done. I was done what I was supposed to be doing. And I wanted to go another way. So released my team and still have great relationships with those folks. And I went into education and consulting full time. So for the last 6 years, both myself and my wife, we lead an agency of education and consulting with a very simple brand. It's plastered across my chest in any video you see me, guys. Better brands, better business, and better lives. Both helping people, attract the business that they want, in particular in the beauty industry, and something that actually generates income, and still have the time and the freedom to enjoy a week like this week that's all about family with better lives. My topic, guys, is that online education is the new trade show. My history with education it was kind of 3 parts, right? So we would have, number one, our cosmetology space. And that is, when you heard the education space, I'm 45, guys. So I know as a young 20-something-year-old hairdresser, education was in the schools. It was the cosmetology instructor. It was the school system. And then we would have, bear with me, something called a magazine that would actually come to your salon once a month, put my passion and Maza and Sophisticates OGs up in there. That was a way that we got informed on what was happening once a month. We would wait for that magazine to hit the shelf and hit our salon. That seems like ancient, archaic times. And then maybe the trade show, the companies that we would be shopping with, maybe they would come around to our area. I'm in Columbus, Georgia, guys, so I'm about 2 hours away from Atlanta. Many people I knew, like me, only saw these companies maybe once a year, 4 times a year. We had our peers in our salon that we would get education from by osmosis and open concept. That's not the industry today. It's overwhelmingly suites and individuals working by themselves. And then twice a year, depending on your area, you may be in driving distance or may have to pack a bag and get a flight to a trade show. And that was education up until about the mid-2000s. And this thing came, the internet, it came. And it shook the industry up, and it's been disrupting us ever since. And it changed the game. It changed everything about what we do. It is opening us up to disruption that we see in every industry, right? Transportation, hospitality, and what have you. And I was a early adopter. I'm not gonna say I was the first person, but I was certainly an early adopter to having a YouTube channel like Tamika, who's been out there for years, right? Some of those old videos, we look at ourselves and just cringe at what we were wearing and what we were doing because we were just out there just figuring things out. And I started to understand that, okay, this is the way the world is going. The idea of the game being sold and not told, that's not going to be the game any longer. We're not exempt. We've got to share, and we've got to get people to know, like, and trust us through our content online. And then a couple years later, after I jumped on YouTube in 2009, this thing called the Instagram that we're on right now, which in my opinion really upped the ante because now it was mobile technology. It was on the go, and the name of the intensity of the platform was in the name of the platform, instant. They wanted it right now. Instantly documenting your life. And we, as artists and creators of all genre, we jumped on here and we love this particular platform. And now we're seeing really an exodus of the trade shows, especially on the East Coast. I just want to let you guys know there's no more Premier Birmingham. That's going to be on the West Coast next year. There's no trade show in Atlanta next year as far as Braun, and both are going to be either in New Orleans or the West Coast. That's going to drastically shift our dependency on trade shows, which still only happen twice a year. And now with millions of content that was uploaded just today inside of the beauty genre, we can't afford to wait twice a year, once a quarter, hoping somebody will show us something in the salon. We need it instantly. We need it right now. So my quick message, guys, is to encourage you, like folk like Tamika James and others, guys, really get committed to a community or more as we go into the new year. Your business can't afford to wait to the traditional trade show. Plus, the idea of paying $20 for a parking ticket and $70 for a show ticket and $300 in products and $100 a night for a hotel and maybe the flight or the gas. And you know you got to get a good outfit because you got to be cute. Those days of hoping that you'll be able to get something after a 3-day weekend and the daycare and leaving your home, you just can't gamble that anymore in the economy that just got totally disrupted and challenged even with the government calling us, non-essential. So my platform is, I'm not just an educator in the beauty industry, guys. I'm an online educator primarily. I come out if people ask me to speak, but I think I've done the end of my last trade shows. I don't think that's going to be my world because I like the instant. I like today alone. This is my 4th platform I've spoken on today on a Sunday, and we just didn't have that flexibility and freedom once before. So my offer, as it were, is actually a free offer. I don't want you to spend a dime unless I prove to you that this is what you need. So guys, I'm asking you to go in my link, but not to break bread unless you watch a full-on free tutorial that's there step by step. And it's going to show you exactly what we do on my online platform. If it can help you and you're not able to invest, enjoy it, hold on to it. It's a private link. Don't lose it because it's not open on YouTube. But if you see where it can work for you, I encourage you to come on into what I call the Torgano Tribe membership, which is an online academy, a leader in that category. We've been out there since 2006, just recently relaunched. Guys, we're in about 30 states and currently about 15 countries. And it's a very simple platform. As far as the economic and investment, check out all of the information is there. But before you do anything, watch that free full tutorial to see how you can use that on your next client that'll be in the salon tomorrow. So I believe that waiting for trade shows, I'll be wrapping up, is just, we love them. We're going to be there. I may be going to some next year, but I'm not waiting to February or August when I can have 24-hour access, Netflix of hairstylists, if you will, or a hair show in your hand. Tamika, thank you for your time. Guys, I'm excited to hear from our other speaker today. But guys, take your career in your hand and realize that all of that gatekeeper, can we cuss on here? Is cussing okay?
It's your business.
Oh, okay. All that gatekeeper shit is old. Nobody holds the keys. You understand? You can control your destiny. The internet doesn't care if you're black, white, candy stripe, and a kickstand for a leg. If you want it, you can get after it, guys, anytime you want. So I encourage you to just continue to stay connected to people like Tamika. If I can help in any way, please let me know. And I appreciate you guys for your time.
All right. Well, listen, you have a lot more time that you still could be speaking because there's more time on this clock.
Okay.
So I would like to ask you a question.
Cool. No problem. No problem.
All right. So your community that you decided to create, what are you guys doing there? And I think you kind of shared with us why you actually do it because of the fact that the trade show, but you've been doing your community for a while. So tell me when you started it, why did you start it? And tell me, what do you guys do in there?
All right, awesome. That's a good question. Listen, I appreciate it. So initially, guys, my first introduction into, I guess you can say, social media or community building was YouTube in 2009, which was us speak. So that changed how I educate. I was a traditional platform artist like many, but when you go from thinking about followers, which is a word to me, Tamika, that believes, I think it feels like people are behind you, versus subscribers that are waiting for you to present something twice a month, 3 times a month. That changes how you think. You go to using those famous Instagram, YouTube words, hey guys, because you know you're talking to somebody. So doing that for a decade, when I got to YouTube, when I got to Instagram, I thought like a YouTuber. And then in 2015, I think a catalyst or some magic happened, this thing called Periscope, where like we're doing right now, you could talk to people and they could respond back. You could say, hey there, Shonda E. out in the DMV. Hey there, Veronica out there in Brooklyn. Hey there, Rhonda in Kentucky. These are people that are actually inside of my world. It's like, oh, I could talk back to people? So that started me talking with people. And I began to name my community. Write that down, guys. Name your community. It'll change the game when you have your own beehive or your Barty gang, right? Or your Cardi B, when you name your community. So it was like, yo, welcome tribe, back to another Periscope. And then eventually I said, come meet me. Come to Columbus and come to a class. And just without taking too much more time, guys, traveling the country, living out of a suitcase in a hotel, that sounds sexy till you do it for 3 years straight. And you realize like that's really hard to sustain. So I got introduced to online content creating, which now is an entire industry, guys. Right across the screen, it's called knowledge commerce. It's like an industry, like the real estate industry or the automotive industry. There's a world now where people are beginning to have their careers centered around the thing that they can teach: hair, cooking, lawn care, dog walking. I know somebody's making $250,000 teaching pet photography. It's a whole world out there. So eventually we understood how we could put our information behind a paywall and now build this community in peace, having our small micro content here on Instagram, having an opt-in, which is our Facebook group, for free. And eventually people's like, okay, I want to get inside of this clique, this world of people that are not competing. So our community, guys, is one that's twofold. There is straight up tutorials that are there. You'll see one of them in my bio. There's trainings on everything that we need to work on: social media, branding, business. I have an entire module inside of different curriculums that you can pick through about salon, suite artistry. And then recently we relaunched with a new platform. Shout out to any Kajabi users out there. It really changed the game for us for me, there's tons of platforms that are out there. Also, we could add in a community. So we have our own kind of private chat or Twitter that's inside, and that's going to be increasing. But we also do live broadcasts. One of our upcoming interviews is going to be with Maya Smith, who's the CEO of The Do. And we interview once a month industry leaders in their mastery called Tribe Masterclass. And then I train once a month on social media training. So most people that may not see me, quote unquote, content creating on Instagram is because every single day I'm inside of our world that we call the tribe. So it's ongoing education, it's monthly education, and an ongoing chat where you can literally go in. What's your name, Chanel? Your name?
Kiki.
Kiki. So if I was like,
Kiki.
hey, Kiki, this is Ray. I'm in Columbus. I'm inside of a blonde right now, and she's about a level 2. What do you think? And Kiki could chime in. Let's say if she's in Michigan, yo, go in with 40. You know, it's that real-time access. And I think it's the future of the game. Universities and academies and even cosmetology schools will look like this within now 2 to 3 years. So it's a whole community that's out there. People connect with one another. Many of them are on here. We talked about it earlier today. We were in Clubhouse. Hey guys, meet me tonight. So they're jumping in on here. So it's the future of the game. I love social media, but many of us that have private platforms, we're looking to where we may or may not even need typical social anymore, because we'll build thousands of people in a community that's just talking about the subject that we want to talk about.
I absolutely love it. And I didn't want you to walk away without sharing more about who you are and what you really do. So I want to tell you, thank you for being you, especially to the beauty community, showing up and really giving people a space. And there is enough space for all of us. You know, there are thousands. I don't even know what the proper number is for how many cosmetologists there are out there. I don't know. Someone probably knows. I don't know. I didn't research it. But there are a lot of stylists, and there are a lot of people just in the industry, and you can figure out what tribe you want to get into. So you make that choice and you go where it's a best fit for you. And that's all, you know, that we all can make the choices to do. So thank you for doing all that you do. And like I said, you just been continuously showing up since you came on the scene, and I love it. Yeah,
man. I appreciate it. And you know, we're at the point now, and I'm sure you going to speak about it, and I enjoyed yesterday's broadcast. My latest endeavor I'm excited about is actually, people want to know how we did it. Like, how did you break away independently, and you're no longer a platform artist, but you're an artist with your own platform? How can I do that? I'm in, you know, Ypsilanti, Michigan. So guys, you'll look on side the link tree, and I have my first course is talking about that, where I say, hey guys, let me show you what I did. Let me show you how I use YouTube. Let me show you how I built this membership. Let me show you how to separate your identity online as an educator, separate from in the chair, which is very different. How do you actually monetize shoulders up when we're thinking about retiring from the chair or walking away? So my first actual venture outside of the membership, which is ongoing content, is, and let me say, I can answer any questions before you invest there. But for those that have invested inside of my online course, they're already seeing to where, oh, okay, I can have a stream of income in the chair and I can launch something from what I know, whether I want to leave the chair or not. So I appreciate the kudos there. And it's a new day, guys. We are the plug. We are the big box brands people now, and it's exciting. It's an exciting time.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you. So, do you feel like you told people where they can find you in your
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I just think
say it, let us know that, and then we'll
yeah,
go
straight
forward
up,
and
guys. Go
continue.
to the link, man. Go to the link in my bio. Literally, I haven't set it up. When you click the button for the free tutorial, it starts playing in the bio. It's not a teaser. It's a full, nearly 30-minute tutorial where I go step by step. If you're a colorist, it's a balayage tutorial. And when you watch that, it's designed for you to say this. Okay, hold on. He got more of these. I can get this anytime I want. I can watch this in the snow at the house with my bonnet on and my slippers, and I can start making money tomorrow. Okay, let me actually click the link that's inside the description. So everything that we offer, guys, both the education, the consulting, and the coaching is there. But I like for people to see because what we want is Tamika wants, and I want anybody here. We don't want you to break bread once. We want you to be a part of us long term. And I think just like, the street hustlers, that first hit is for free. So go in there and watch it, you know what I mean? And just get high off of that. And eventually, if you like to get to the bag, you'll see, oh, wow, this was a tutorial that was designed for me to put an extra $300 a client on top of my books. He's got tons of these and training and we had a social media training last Monday that could have been a masterclass that was inside the membership. And the membership, I'll just put it out there, guys, it's $17 a month. It's designed for you to be able to be a cosmetology student or a salon owner. So everything is there. Check it out, guys. It's right there. And if I can help in any way, jump in my DM. I answer everybody. I'm a regular person. If you see me on the trade show circuit next year, don't be staring from a distance. Come talk to me. I won't bite. And if I can help in any way in the future, guys, let me know.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, hang out with us, and we're going to move over to our next speaker. So, if you guys are just joining, where are you right now? You are where you are supposed to be, because my saying is you are where you are supposed to be at all times. So you guys are watching the Masterclass Marathon. We are here every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and we're here every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. We have multiple speakers that are on the platform at one time, and we are here to teach you something, to enlighten you about something. You might want to start a new business. You might want to shift into a new one, but we're here to give you information. So our next speaker that's coming up is Miss Kiki, and she's going to let you know about more about who she is and what she's going to be sharing today. She has 13 minutes on the clock to present, and then she has 2 minutes to let you guys know where she's located, who she serves, and what it is that she has to offer. You guys should know that if you missed any portion of this, you can watch it on my page at Tamika James on Instagram, and you can go over to my YouTube channel, which is called Entrepreneurs Speak with Tamika James, to watch all of the replays. All right. And guess what that is? That is all about creating prolific content. You take content from one platform, you move it to another, and you can be found. You must be discoverable. Over to you, Kiki. You have your 13 minutes on the clock, and thank you for joining us today. And if you were here and you did not know Mr. Raymond Torregano, make sure you give him a quick follow. He's hanging out with us. Kiki, over to you. 13 minutes.
Hey, Tamika, thank you, thank you, thank you. Raymond, you were awesome, awesome, awesome. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am Kiki Chanel, award-winning author, lifestyle blogger, certified mindset coach, as well as personal growth, and host of Kicking It with Kiki, Life, Love, and all that other shit. But today I want to talk about mindset. Yeah, I mean, like, we got to get into it. We have to have those conversations that change the narrative in our culture, our consciousness, and our community. And that's what we do at Kicking It with Kiki. But I just want to talk about mindset, because what is mindset? Mindset is the way that we think. We have to be able to transform our way of thinking in order to live life more abundantly and tap into the highest version of ourselves. I believe that it is a mental attitude, a frame of mind, that thought process that comes to mind when you think about who you are, your beliefs, what you desire to be and strive for in life. And it's easy to get sucked into social media. It's easy to get sucked into the beauty of everybody else's life. But until you go through your own process, what's the point? What's the point? Because you can see all the glitz and the glamour, but you don't know what happens behind the scenes. And it's all about that mindset. My definition of mindset is viewing life with purpose and not excuses. I need everybody in the comments to put there. This is a no excuse zone. I need y'all to put that in the comments, because we're not going through life with excuses. And me as a life coach, I'm not your person. I'm not the yes woman. I'm not going to be the yes man. I am all about finding a resolution, and I help people unpack their mental baggage so that they can tap into a new mindset by producing positive personal growth and development. Yes, mindset is so important. Mindset is important because it is the catalyst of how we see ourselves and our lives. Once you have it in your mind that why not me? I'm supposed to be in this room. There's enough of everything to go around for everybody. The only competition that you start to have is yourself. And that is because you should try to strive to be better than you were yesterday if you're blessed to see tomorrow. And we have to understand that life is a journey, not a sprint. And sometimes we go through life with that mindset of tunnel vision, like staying in your own lane and things like that. I'm not a fan of that phrase, because sometimes you might need to veer off to the left or veer off to the right to see what's in front of you, keeping you stagnant. And that's all about that mindset. Okay, you have to have that mindset. So, you know what? I'm staying in my own lane, but I'm not getting anywhere. Why should I stay in this lane when I can go off to the left, off to the right? If I can look to the left and look to the right, bring somebody with me, they may have experienced something that I am experiencing, can help me get over that hump. It's all about that mindset. You have to tap into that mindset. And I want to talk about, the 3 C's to a clear mindset. And the first C is commit. You have to be able to commit to the process, to show with action, to carry out, to stick to it. Because we all been there. I done started think some things, and I like, you know what, couple months down the road, I don't want to do it anymore. So you become a GLR, jack of all trades and a master of none. So the first thing to a clear mindset, you have to be able to commit. Number 2 is create. You have to bring something into existence. Why are you here? If you haven't prayed and asked God, because I'm a woman of faith, so I ask God everything. I talk to God all day long. I'm a praying person. And you have to realize that who you are and whose you are sets you apart. You have to know that you are who you are, and that is good enough. So you have to be able to create what your people or your platform or your tribe, as Raymond talked about, needs to know. What are you bringing to the table when it comes to affecting people? And as a mindset coach, I'm not all about, I can't help somebody else get rid of that mental baggage if I'm always trapped in mine. So if I'm always making excuses, why do they need me? I'm here for the resolution. Okay, call Kiki. She got the resolution. I'm ready to commit. I'm ready to create what I need to create for that person, whoever it may be, as well as myself. And you have to be able to cultivate that gift, to grow, to nurture, to do the work that it takes to bring something to fruition. You have to be able to cultivate it. And that's the thing. We have that microwave mentality, right? We want things quick and fast. And as Thanksgiving is approaching, I like to use this analogy. You cannot cook Thanksgiving dinner in a microwave. It is not going to taste good at all. You have to be able to put it in the oven and slow cook that turkey and everything, bake it and things like that. So the mindset is that you have to commit, you have to create, and you have to cultivate. And you have to know your why. Why do you think like this? Why do I feel like this? We all get stuck in traditions and beliefs that were pushed on us because of our culture. In the Black community, we don't talk about mental health. We don't talk about, certain things like mindset. I didn't hear the word mindset growing up. Not saying anything was wrong with the way that I grew up, but our parents had what they had. So they was only able to give us that. So it's time to figure out why we're here. Stop dwelling on the past for the things that we did not have, and then work through it. We all have triggers. We all have trauma. But once you know your why, you're able to work through those things and get through them and help others along the way, because I really do believe that it still takes a village. It takes a community, a tribe, a squad, anything you want to call it, to help propel us into our destiny. And we're not here to do it alone, although we may feel like we can. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. So at some point you have to realize, I have to make a conscious effort and investment into my personal growth. And personal growth starts with having that mindset to change. You have to know that change has to happen in order for you to grow. And in order for you to grow, you have to be able to do that process and cultivate your gifts, your talents, tap into your purpose and things like that. So when it comes to mindset, there is a cycle. There's a cycle that we can all get stuck into. And learning how the cycle works will help us understand why mindset is important and how we can become more positive that rather than negative. You have to be able to bet on you. Thanks, sis. And below, I talk about the how to break down the cycle. The first part of the cycle is attitude. You have to have an attitude of gratitude. Your attitude is how you view certain people, places, things, and situation. It is not static, which means that it fluctuates daily. You're not gonna have a good day every day. Although we should strive to have a good day. That starts from being intentional. When you're blessed to see another day, you have to sit with yourself. Thank God that you're here, because somebody is not. And then you have to take a deep breath, realize that you are the shit, and go out there and do it. Make it happen. Don't dwell on yesterday. Work for right now and get through it. Then you have to have your behavior in check. And your behavior is a result of the kind of attitude you develop as you mature in life. It's important to be mindful in any given situation so that it doesn't control you. Your behavior can control you if you let it. And then you have to have that action and solution. Your actions and reactions often dictates how your behavior and your attitude will be moving forward toward in any given situation. So everything has a consequence, whether it's good or bad. Choose your actions wisely. And your results. Your results are the consequences of each action or your reaction caused by your behavior and your attitude. And it goes full circle. And then your performance is the last level. The overall dedication, hard work, and consistency of your behavior, action, and results determines how much effort you put into anything that you decide to do. So those are the things that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. And my offer is, I am giving away 3 30-minute life coaching sessions to the first 3 people that inbox me, Coach Kiki. So just inbox me that, and you get your free 30 minutes. And Tamika, again, thank you for having me on your platform. It is a pleasure to be here. And if you have any questions, just shoot them to me. I'm ready.
All right, y'all better go get your free coaching session from Kiki, okay? Kiki Chanel. Y'all better go
Yes,
get it.
ma'am.
So what we do here on the Masterclass Marathon is create connections. That's what this is really all about. We need to be visible for people to see us and know who we are, what we do. And then people have to make a choice if they want to connect with us. If
Yep.
you desire to connect with anyone that's on this screen right now, there's an arrow above, and I just implore you to click that arrow and give a quick follow. The next thing that we like you to do while you're here is to hop over into the DMs. We're on social media, guys. This is like the easiest way to network, to connect. It's the easiest way to see someone and get your question answered. We're all very friendly. So if you follow this process that I'm giving you right now, you might get a quick question answered that you didn't think you could get answered before, okay? So we're right here. So they're saying done. Her page name. So quick tutorial. There's an arrow at the top, and if you guys click the arrow, it's going to give a drop down, and it'll show all of us that are speakers here that are here on the page, on the platform right now. And then you'll be able to click follow next to each person, so that when you get off of this live, you'll be able to go into your followers and you can see who you just followed, and you can go right and follow and
Follow
and
back.
talk to them. That was a
Mm-hmm.
quick tutorial. I didn't intend to do that. But because someone asked, I figured I'd do it. That's what we do, okay? As educators, as leaders, we make sure that you guys have what you need. So make sure that you're doing the things, and you'll get your connections. All right, Kiki, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes on the clock to let us know how we can connect with you. I think you gave us what your offer was already, but if there's
Mm-hmm.
anything else you want us to know, feel free to state it. All right.
Okay. I am on social media, Facebook, author Kiki Chanel, right here on Instagram, the Kiki Chanel, Twitter, the Kiki Chanel. You can find my podcast on all platforms, streaming platforms, as well as my YouTube channel, which is Kicking It with Kiki, kicking without the G. Um, I would love for you guys to connect, tune in. I am here every Monday night live at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time with the live kicking it with Kiki. I bring guests from all walks of life, and we just have conversations about what they do and different topics. We're talking about gratitude for this month of November. So I'll be here tomorrow night with Professional DNA, and she's going to talk about some amazing things. So I would love to have you guys tune in. And also, um, Kicking It with Kiki, the podcast drops every Thursday. I have a new episode drops every Thursday. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. I would love to hear you guys' feedback. And I'm just happy to be here.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. And also in the past, thank you for interviewing me and bringing me to
Yes,
your
ma'am.
platform. It was a great interview.
We
Thank you.
did. We had a great time.
Yes. All right, guys. So we have another speaker who just arrived on the scene. You guys are watching the Masterclass Marathon, which happens every Saturday at 12 and every Sunday at 7. You can watch it here on @Tamika James on this Instagram page. There are actually over 50 sessions of the Masterclass Marathon. So if you guys want to go back and learn some things, you can go back and binge watch. You can also watch this on my podcast page, which is called Entrepreneur Speak with Tamika James. All right. So we're going to bring up our next speaker, and stay tuned, guys, because she's speaking, then I'll be speaking as well. So hang out. All right. Christina, you are up. You're no stranger here, so you already know about your 13 minutes. So you now have your 13 minutes on the clock. Over to you.
All right. Thank you, Coach Tamika. I'm so excited to be here. I love being a guest on the Masterclass Marathon and just dropping these gems for the people. So, hello, everybody. My name is Christina Yvette. I am a passive income strategist. I own a brand called 7 Ways to Wealth. So, obviously, I'm going to be talking to you guys about wealth. I'm super excited to bring this topic to you. So, a lot of what I do entails helping people develop or create a trust entity. So I want to talk to you guys about how you can build wealth utilizing a trust, right? This is what the 1% does, and this is exactly what you need to be doing as well. I have been a trustee since 2015 when I bought my first property. I actually bought my first investment property utilizing a trust. I put it under a trust so that I can protect myself because this investment property was a flip. So there was contractors, there was independent contractors. Anybody could have had a slip and fall. They could have sued me and they could have taken the property. So I wasn't going to allow that to happen. So that's why I put it in a trust so that they would not know. And when I mean they, I mean the public, I mean everybody, I mean the billions of people that live on, on this planet would not know who owns the property, right? And a lot of wealthy people utilize this tool. It's such an important tool in order for you to build wealth. A lot of us, we are so focused on building wealth. We're so focused on making money. We're so focused on, doing overtime that we do not even do the research, do our due diligence to figure out what tools we need in place in order to preserve the wealth, what tools we need in place in order to transfer the wealth. So when we get to the point when we make $5 million and then we die, we leave a will. But what happens with the will? It goes to court. It goes to probate. And what happens during probate? You got 4 kids. What's going to happen with those 4 kids? Well, you actually leave it up to the judge, right? In your will, you say, okay, I want this person to have 2 properties, this person to have 2 properties, but you leave it up to the judge because those properties are still under your personal name. How are you going to transfer it to your children's name, right? So we don't think about these important things. And so when your estate goes into probate, you're actually putting your children at a disservice, because now the court system is going to end up getting, I would say 40% of your estate. So if you're leaving them $1 million, the court system is going to take $400,000, right? And your kids are only going to be left with $600,000. Is that what you want? When you worked so hard while you were alive in order to build this wealth, for who? You built it for them. You built it for the generations to come. You built it for your children's children. But yet you wasn't thinking while you were alive, how am I going to transfer this wealth? I own 10 properties, right? Or I own, a brokerage account with $1 million. I own an insurance policy. How am I going to transfer all of this wealth? Well, that is something that you need to actively be thinking about today. That is something that you need to be actively putting in place today. And so what you need to be doing is utilizing a trust, because all of these assets that you own today, if you put it in a trust, then when that time comes, when you expire, your children have to do nothing, because everything is owned under the trust and they're the beneficiaries, right? So they are the ones who actually own the properties, right? They own the assets that are in the trust. So there is no transfer that needs to be done, because you already did the transfer while you were alive, because you put all of your assets into the trust. So a lot of us, like I said, we're so focused on generational wealth, but we're not utilizing the right tools. All we're doing is, we have a 401k and we have, a stock portfolio and all this other stuff, but that is in your personal name, right? And so let's say that you are in a position to where you get sued. What happens? Let's say you get in a car crash tomorrow and someone is badly injured. They're going to come after you and all your assets. And what the lawyer is going to do is they're going to look you up. Okay, John Doe, what he owns all of this. Let's go after him. He's worth 1.2. So you don't want to put yourself in a position. So now, if you own a trust and a lawyer is coming after you and they look under the public records, what are they going to find? Absolutely nothing. They're going to find nothing at all, because you are a good steward. And when I say you're a good steward, I mean that you own nothing. You own nothing, but you control everything. You control everything that you own. Why? Because that is important to us, right? A lot of us, we're so focused on, oh yeah, I own this and I own this and a Lamborghini and all this stuff. Yeah, that's beautiful. I understand that you own all of those things, but you really don't want to put that in your name, right? You want 100% privacy, because like I said, out here, you have a target on your back. People are sue friendly, especially here in the United States. They're looking for the next person that they want to sue. And so you work so hard not to be taken advantage of by the system, okay? So that's why you want to be in the position to where you own nothing but control everything. And I'm going to repeat that because it's super important. You want to be in the position to where you are a good steward, to where you own nothing, but you control every single thing that you own. So what I'm talking about is a trust entity. What is a trust entity? A trust entity is it's an entity, right? It can do anything that a human being can do. Anything that a natural person like me can do, it can do. It can build credit. It can buy a house, buy property, buy anything, right? Anything. It can buy groceries, right? It can become an author of a book, right? Your trust can do anything that you can do, except for give birth to a baby. Okay, so that's the type of entity that you're going to be utilizing. It's similar to an LLC, but it gives you more protection, because with an LLC, a lot of people are like, yeah, I got an LLC, I got limited liability. Okay, well, like I said, they look you up on the public records. They can see who owns that LLC. But with a trust, they can't look you up. Why? Because it's 100% private. It is not on the public records. It is not on the Secretary of State. No one is going to be able to find who owns what. And so that's the position that you need to be in. That is where you are going to be able to preserve your wealth, because nobody is going to take it from you. That is where you're going to be able to transfer your wealth with ease, right? So a trust entity is something that you definitely want to utilize. It's going to save you from a lot of different things. One, obviously, is lawsuits. Another one is foreclosures, right? Because with this trust entity, it works under common law. It works under contract law. It works under the jurisdiction of trust law, right? So it's not in the jurisdiction of your state. It's not in the jurisdiction of the United States. So that's why you're heavily protected, because it's their duty. And when I mean there, I mean like the judges and everyone operating in the jurisdiction of the United States, right? It's their duty to uphold contract law. Everything is a contract here, right? Your company is a contract. You setting up your light bill is a contract. You renting or buying your house is a contract. Everything is contracts. And so your trust is also a contract. It has a constitution, it has bylaws, it has all of these things within it. So with that being said, if you get to a point where, let's say that you have your house and someone has a slip and fall, the house is owned by the trust, right? So the trust is now sued, right? They are not going to pierce the corporate veil, because one, it's not in the jurisdiction of your state. So let's say you in Georgia, they can't sue you in Georgia, right? It has to go all the way up to the Supreme Court. What happens with the Supreme Court? Well, the judge looks at it and says, oh, this is a trust, I'm throwing this out. Like, there's nothing that I could do, right? That happens in 99% of the cases. There are some cases where it doesn't, and the judge sees that, hey, there's some discrepancies here. I'm going to pierce the corporate veil. I'm going to see what's in this contract, what's in this trust. So that's why you're heavily protected, right? So a lot of people think, oh, you know, a LLC is the way to go. But in actuality, no, a business trust is the way to go, right? And if you really want to protect yourself, then what you can do is you can have the owner of your LLC, instead of it being you, it can be your business trust. You can set yourself up that way so that you can have that second layer of protection. If you want another layer of protection, then what you can do is, and I'm telling you this because this is what I do, because I flip houses, and anybody and everybody can sue me. I've had people injured in my house. So what I do is I have my real estate company, which is an LLC. It's owned by a holding company. My holding company is called Urban Holdings, and that is owned by a business trust. My business trust it's a three-party contract. So it has a grantor, which is someone who created that trust, which is not me, right? I had a third person create the trust because the grantor has no control over the trust. The second party is the trustee. The trustee is the person who has all the control of the trust. So I am the trustee of that business trust. The third party is the beneficiary. The beneficiary is the one who practically owns the business trust. So the beneficiary of my business trust is my private family trust. My private family trust is where I hold all my assets. I'm not going to hold my assets in my business trust because, like I said, there's that 1% chance that my business trust can get the veil pierced, and then what happens? So everything that I acquire with my business, I transfer it to my private family trust. Why? Because my private family trust is 100% private. It's not on the Secretary of State, and I don't do business with that trust. Its sole purpose is to hold all the assets. The beneficiary of the private trust are my 3 children, a 10-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old. Do you know how much money I'm leaving them? It's in the private family trust. Each of them have 33%. So that is the way that you want to be structured if you really want to create generational wealth. If you really want to operate like the 1%. And when I mean the 1%, I'm talking about the people who own Amazon, the people who own, Trump, the people who own, Walmart, all of these people, right? This is what I'm talking about. And this is the position that you need to be in. And you need to be in this position right now, not tomorrow, not when you really need it, not when you get sued, right? You need to be in that position right now because you can grow an enormous amount of wealth utilizing this entity. Like I said, a business trust can do anything that a business can do, like a corporation, an S corp, a C corp, a LLC, any of that stuff. A business trust can do that. So you can build corporate credit with your business trust. You get an EIN, you get a bank account, you start, getting your tier 1s and tier 2s and all that stuff, right? I'm devastated. I didn't even say half what I wanted to say. All right, sorry guys. I have to cut it short. But anyway, so like I said, hit that arrow up there. My name is Christina Yvette. I'm a passive income strategist. I help people create passive income. Okay, I've helped hundreds of people create passive income. I'm heading into the thousands. Okay, so that's my #1 goal. Like I said, my brand is called 7 Ways to Wealth, and I'm just teaching you guys how to create the wealth, how to be like the 1%. If you enjoyed any of this information, I do have a webinar on Tuesday. So this Tuesday coming up on the 22nd at 7:30 p.m. is going to be on Zoom. You can sign up for the webinar. It's 90 minutes long. So I'm actually going to be giving you all the gems that I didn't even scratch the surface, to be honest with you. I didn't scratch the surface. So the webinar is 90 minutes. I give you everything. All you have to do is just go to the link in my bio and click on the link that says Wealthy Trusty Webinar. Okay, I will see you guys Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Thank you, Tamika.
Woohoo! All right. First and foremost, thank you for that info. And I want everyone to know, it was like kind of funny because they were like, can you please go slower? Here's the thing. The Masterclass Marathon is a space to meet the people that you did not get exposed to in the past. It's a space for you to hear some information that is like a short spurt of it, but you get a chance to see who you need to connect with on a deeper level at another point in time. So click that arrow at the top and give her a quick follow and stay connected to her. If you have a question, ask her in the DMs. But she does have the master classes coming up, the webinar, so you can go over there and get more details. Most of the things that we hear about life and about business, things that are really going to take us to the next level, things that will protect us, that information is not able to be heard by your ears within a few minutes. And I think this is the problem that a lot of people have. And this is not about the comment. I thought it was cute. The problem that most of us have is that we don't dig deep enough on the things that we really need. We don't go and we don't get the real mentors that we need to get all the information. We try to do this surface thing all the time. Oh, I'll grab a little bit here. I'll grab a little bit there. Then what happens? You don't have everything you need and then you mess up. So thank you for leaving that comment so that we could talk about this. And I just love doing this Masterclass Marathon. So you guys have been exposed to who you need to be connected to. All right. If you miss any of this, go back and watch it once we close out. All right, Christina, thank you so much for coming in today. As always, I really appreciate your information and protecting us and teaching us what to do for our children as well. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, it is my turn. It is my turn. Let me get my 13 minutes on the clock. All right, lovely folks. So I am Coach Tamika James. Some of you know me as Tamika James because I am a former cosmetologist, actually turned into a life and business coach. Some know, some don't know, but I no longer service clients anymore. It's been 2 years. I had a 2-year anniversary the other day for not servicing clients. I literally packed up and I moved from New Jersey. I now live in Miami. I am doing what I call living like I'm on vacation. Hello? Hello. I need y'all to understand my position right now. I have done my time behind my chair, servicing clients, doing all of those things. And I came to the realization one day when I actually went to a conference and I found out that this other part of me, that's the coach in me, needed to be birthed and it needed to be brought out even more than who I was to the rest of the world at all the points in time in my past. And I want you all to be encouraged today that life might change for you. You have no idea what's in store for you. You just don't know. And you have to go with it. I was talking yesterday about how if you get this feeling in the pit of your stomach that tells you something needs to change, you need to take heed to that. Do not ignore the feelings that your body shares with you. The reason that I knew I needed to come from behind a chair was when I went to that conference to see Tony Robbins, where I was there and he was helping us to, with personal development, learning more about ourselves. And I was there to watch the conference to see more about what I wanted to do next in my life, as well as to see how he did what he did. They kept saying there are 12,000 people in this building. And I'm saying to myself, like, this man is literally moving me to be a better me right here in this moment. He's way over there on the stage. Now, I did have a VIP ticket, so I was close, but I still was in a crowd of 12,000 people. So I was taking notes in two different ways of what I needed for me and what I needed to do, what I was going to do. And I told a story yesterday, and I've told it several times. When I left from that conference on the third day, I went home and I was in the shower and I started bawling, crying. This was what I came to find out later was a shedding. It was the moment in time when I realized that something new was happening in my life and I needed to take heed to it. If this has ever happened to you, I want you to understand exactly what it is, okay? So you may have to do a little more soul searching to find out exactly what you need to do with this feeling, but that was what happened with me. Now, today I want to talk about the fact that who am I at this point in time? So I'm a life and business coach. I help entrepreneurs with planning, strategizing, and organizing. I specifically do help cosmetologists who are behind the chair. I help you to come from behind the chair. I've already done it. So I'm super qualified to help you if this is something that you want to do. So I help those who want to do that. However, let me tell you what I've been discovering. Every time someone signs on to one of the programs that I have, which helps you to figure out what you're going to do next in your life, here's what I discovered. Some of you say that you want to come from behind a chair, but you really don't. You know what the problem is? You are having issues with your business. You're having so many issues that you're in pain. And you're saying to yourself, I don't want to be here anymore. Screw this. I'm out of here. Get me out of here. This is what you're saying. But the real deal is, for most of you, not all, you are having trouble. So what I like to talk about is that you have to discover what the holes are in your business right now so that you can determine whether you should get out or whether you should fix it. Okay. So I want to talk about, for those of you who are going to stay in the industry, I do help you. So I help you if you're getting out, but I help you if you're still building your business. Now, some of you are in trouble and you have to ask yourself this question. If you got in this business to be an amazing cosmetologist, whatever area you're in, did you decide to be in the top 10% of your industry? Did you make that choice? Because I think too many of you are jumping in and you just do what you do. Did you make a choice to be the best that you could be? And I think a lot of people haven't made that choice. So once again, I ask you the question, did you decide to be in the top 10%? And if you have made this choice, my next question is, are you doing the actions that take you to being the person that's in the top 10% in your industry? Are you? Most of you are not. And that is why you're struggling. So I want to talk to you about, how do people know who I am in the beauty industry? So clearly, I decided that I wanted to be a household name for weaving and extensions at the time, right? I made that choice. You got to make a choice for yourself. Who the heck do you want to be? What do you want people to know about you? Where are you going? What is actually happening? You can't just do hair. You can't just be in an industry like wandering around talking about you're making money. You got to make some solid decisions. Now, the next thing that I do want to share is that why do people know me? Because I studied my craft. I studied, and I also decided to be a leader, and I decided to be an innovator. There were things that I created in the industry that I decided not to keep a secret. I decided to create some techniques out of a problem. I had a mother-in-law who literally was going through cancer for the second time in her life, and I needed a solution for her. We have to be solutions driven no matter what we're doing. So I decided I wanted to create a solution. And literally, guys, I thought about this and dreamt about it. I would go to bed and think about this for months on end. So somewhere around the 6-month mark, I woke up and the dream ended where I had a solution. And that was that technique that I began to teach the rest of the world, which was how to measure the head so that you can make a wig without someone being present. And I've created other techniques after that, because once you decide to be an innovator or whoever you want to be, you can take that thing to the next level. So I just kept adding one to the next technique and doing what I needed to do to take myself to the next level. That was simply it. It was simple for me. I just needed to take the action. So next thing I want to tell you about is that I literally worked on my business from all angles. I did not just style hair. I decided that there were so many things that I needed to beef up and to ramp up. So I studied business, point blank, period, which is why I'm qualified to help others with their businesses as well. So you got to study, guys. You have to be so visible that people want to steal you. Be so visible that people want to steal you. So let me tell you guys a quick story. So when I decided I wanted to be a household name for weaving and extensions, and I wanted to show up, I knew I couldn't do it by just waking up and going into my salon and letting that be it. So I had to create instructional videos. And then I said, well, how do people see those? And this is, listen, I've been educating since 2004. That was the first time that I stepped into a trade show and went on a trade show floor educating on the trade show floor and in the classroom. So I decided to do this, right? So I get a booth because now I have instructional videos and I got to keep showing people who I am and spreading the word about what I know. So someone discovers me. They walk past the booth that I paid for so that I could expose myself. And they say, you know what? I like what you're doing. I like how you do it. I had my microphone on. I'm just doing what I do. You just got to be you first and foremost, okay? So they say, we'd like to hire you for you to come and work with us on our platform. Now, this is an Asian company, and they do something totally different. They had a product, and they owned a bunch of things. So I say, sure, I got extra time. Pay me. Oh, all right. Okay. So I go and I work for them, and I'm still independent. Nobody's taking my freedom away. And now when I'm working for them, when people see who you are and what you do, they may ask you for more. So a lot of people don't know this story, but this company that I was doing platform work for a short time, they brought me out. They said, we need to know if we can hire you in our company in a different way. They flew me out to California, y'all. And this was the first time that I stayed on a beach in a house that belonged to people who owned it. And let me say this in a different way. I had been to beaches. I went on vacation. I paid to stay in a hotel and all of that. But it was a different feeling for them to say, we're going to fly you out to California for a meeting. We need to talk to you to see if we can move forward. We're going to put you up in our beach house. So when I was there, I stayed there for like 5 days, and I'm living on the beach. This was the first time that I experienced that, oh my gosh, there's a different type of life out here. So anyway, guys, fast forward, I do the meeting with them. Now, the next thing I want to tell you before I'm going to leave a cliffhanger, because I never worked for the company in this capacity. They wanted me to run their salons. They owned multiple hair replacement centers in California. They wanted me to run it. But here's what I got to tell you. I wrote some notes here so I wouldn't forget what I wanted to tell you guys. You have to decide who you want to be and what you want to be to the world. I knew my own path. I knew that I was set to do more instructional videos, to educate the world, to do all these special things. And see, what they were asking me was they were going to pay me. But I couldn't stop my own blessing by going over there. You got to know your position. Everything that glitters ain't gold. They were going to let me stay in the beach house for a couple of months until I got myself together. I was going to be about to live there, y'all. But I knew my own direction. So here's what I want to share. You have to develop a clear sense of direction for yourself, no matter where you are in life and in business. Because if you don't, people will take you all over the place. So I said no. I said no. And guess what? I still worked for them and did things for them. But I was able to go on my path. That's why you guys know me. Because I made the decision to go the other way, to be who I wanted to be to the rest of the world. Sometimes you got to say no. Now, next thing I want you to know that you need to know is that once you decide on your own direction, you have to make some choices about what is the price that you need to pay to be you and do what you need to do. Now, let me take y'all back to you being a cosmetologist and you having trouble in your business. You're having issues because you haven't made this big decision about how amazing you're really going to be and what it is that you actually need to do to be who you need to be. You are walking around creating, doing lazy actions every day. I'm talking to you. If your business is not where you want it to be, lazy actions, you know you should be doing more. You know there's something you don't know. There's a lot that you don't know. Now, I know my time is about to go off, so I'm the last speaker. I'm going to share a couple of things that I know that you need to know about your businesses that are giving you trouble. Some of you don't know how to hire someone else to bring someone on board so you could do what you're supposed to be doing. If you are great at styling hair, be great at that. Let somebody else do the other stuff. You're running around here trying to do everything, and it doesn't work like that. When I was behind a chair in my salon for most of the years until like the very end, I had a personal assistant. And when I didn't have that personal assistant, I had another assistant that did a lot of things for me. I never took on all the duties and tasks of the day-to-day of my business. Someone booked appointments. They did confirmation calls until we got more technology that allowed us to do that. And that's something else that a lot of you still aren't taking heed to. You don't have technology in place. You are scared of the computer. Some of you are scared of your phone. Oh my gosh. I need you to go take some lessons. I need you to figure out what you need to know about your business so you can take this thing to the next level. If you are scared of everything that's in front of you, how do you win when you're scared? You're only scared. Fear only is in place because you don't have information. You don't know what's on the other side. You don't know something. But guess when fear gets erased? As soon as you learn the thing that you don't know. If you don't know about computers, go take the class to learn how to open it up and do what you need to do. You don't know how to do email blasts and text message blasts and all of these things. You need to be in a place where you're going to get the information. Stop being afraid. Stop not knowing things and stop using the excuse that you don't know. That is over. Lazy actions. Okay? Lazy. I'm talking to you if you're the one. Some other things that you have not taken heed to is paying attention to the pricing. You're undercharging and you're overworked and you're stressed the heck out. You wake up every day and you go back into that business and you know that you're doing work that you shouldn't be doing at the wrong rate. And you're stressed out. And guess what? Now, Kiki was talking about the attitude. Now you got this attitude. Now she was talking about attitude of gratitude. But if you have an attitude opposite gratitude, you're not even grateful for the business you have because you're not running it right. So you're stressed out and everything pisses you off. So this is what I'm saying. Something has to shift. So you got to learn some things. You got to be in a place where you're going to get that pricing together. You might need somebody that's going to take a look at where you at to see if you're on the right track or not. You also don't have time management in order. You're just running around here saying that you don't have time for anything. You really do. You're watching too much TV. You listen to the wrong things in your car. Turn the radio off. Listen to something that's going to build you. Listen to something that's going to help you to make some more money with the money you already have. I want you to also know that you have to have some type of a presence on a website, on a landing page, in a booking app, somewhere. You need some presence because nobody sees you. And some of you, your social media is upside down. You keep saying, oh, I haven't posted in a couple of days. What is wrong? Do you not see what's going on in this world? Social media has already taken over years ago. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you are years behind where you should be. I'm not talking a couple of days. I'm talking years. Instagram has been around for, I don't even know. Who knows how long has Instagram been around? Probably more than, is it 10 years? 7. 7.
2011.
Since 2011. Since 2011? And it's 2022? That's 11 years? And you talking about you didn't post this today? And you didn't post since the other day? What in the world? Who told you that was okay? The reason why you're not doing it is because you're not taking it serious enough, and you also don't know something. See, as soon as you know, you on your phone like this, you click it and you do what you got to do. Okay, guys, my time is up. My time has been up. My time has been up. I am now gonna let you know how I assist you. So I'm Coach Tamika James. I'm a cosmetologist turned into a life and business coach. I help you if you don't know what you want to do next and you're trying to figure that out because you want to come from behind a chair. But those of you who are still behind a chair and you know you need to figure something out, I definitely help you in that space as well. Because I understand what it's like when you don't know something, you're scared out of your wits, you don't have enough money in your pocket, you want to live the life of your dreams, you don't know how to get to it, you've never seen anybody really, really win because the people in your family haven't really done enough for you to say, I can do it too. You watch the rest of the world and then you get, what is that syndrome called? I always forget what it's called, imposters syndrome. And you're watching other people and you say to yourself, I don't really know if I could be like them. Because see, they're not your family, they're not your blood. So you're like, oh, they're over there, I can't do that. Well, we're going to throw the word can't in the trash, all the way in the trash. And we are going to look at these people and we're going to model after someone. We're going to get a plan for how we're going to do this thing called business and life. And we're going to change everything. I'm born and raised in Newark, New Jersey. And the first chance I got to get out of there, I was out. I only moved back when my mother-in-law had cancer for the second time in her life. And then when I got another chance, which is 2 years ago, I moved out of there again. Okay. I live in Miami, y'all. Okay. So listen, you can have whatever you want. 2 years ago, I wrote on a little over 2 years ago, I wrote on a piece of paper, I will live like I'm on vacation. And I tucked it away in a drawer. And I never saw the paper again until I moved to Miami, when the truck that moved all my stuff down here literally wet all of my stuff up. I moved in a storm, y'all. And they moved my stuff from truck to truck. And everything got wet. So I'm trying to dry everything. And then I look at this little piece of paper that's sitting there that was in the middle of other stuff. And I lift it up and it said, I will live like I'm on vacation. Y'all, it's still wet and dangly. And at that moment in time, I said, you're here. You can't even be mad about your stuff being wet. So I tell you all of this to say, connect with those who've already done what you want to do and get what you need so you can have the life of your dreams. Because I've already decided I will live like I'm on vacation, and I'm here. I'm here. That's it, guys. So my offer is I'm giving you something free today. There's a link in my bio. If you give me a follow, click this arrow first. Give me a quick follow. I have an ebook. It's totally free. It is called Grow the Business or Get Out. You say you want to exit, but do you really? So either you're going to grow it or you're going to get out. So in this ebook, real quick, it's a short ebook. It's going to ask you a couple of questions you need to answer. You can figure out what you want to do next. Either you're going to grow it or you're going to get out. Either way, I can assist you. I also have a membership called Underground Biz Group that you guys can join. And those things that I was talking about, I help you in there. We've been doing this membership for almost a year and a half now. There are lessons that you could go back and watch. And I'm just excited about being able to help you. So join if you like, okay? All right, that is it, guys. Thank you all for coming tonight. I think this has been an amazing segment of Underground Biz Group. If you're here and you have not given the speakers that are here on the stage right now a follow, if you want to give them a follow, see, we don't beg for follows, y'all, okay? We don't do that. If you want to give a follow, I need you to make sure you click that arrow, give a quick follow, and stay connected to whoever you resonate with. That's how it works. Nobody has to beg anyone for anything. What we all have to do is show up as our true, authentic selves, and people connect or they don't. That is it. That's it, and that's all. That's it. So I'm going to give all my speakers a final opportunity to have a word of a closing word. And if you want to say anything, whatever that might be, say it now. I don't care what it is. You guys have the floor. I love sharing my platform. So let's start with, we'll go backwards. Let's start with Christina. Then we'll go over to Kiki. And we'll close out with Raymond Tarragano. All right.
So, Coach Tamika, I just want to say thank you for hosting this, this space. Like, it's absolutely phenomenal that you are bringing these master classes every single weekend and bringing on industry experts so that we could teach the community. So I really appreciate that. And all I have to say to everyone who's on this live is to take action on the information that we have shared with you today, okay? Take action on it. Don't sit on it. Don't just, take notes and then not do anything about it. You want to be action takers, because action takers are money makers. So, and also happy holidays to everybody. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I forgot about that. Yes. Happy holidays. All right. We're moving over to Kiki.
Yes, Coach Tamika, this has been a great experience. I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I am full. I'm grateful to be on your platform. I can't thank you enough. But I just want everybody to know that coming in January, Coach Kimberly of Butterfly Thoughts LLC and I will be hosting a live my Power of Mindset plus bonuses webinar. So the information will be going live for you can join and register within the next couple of weeks. And I would love for you guys to come there. We're only doing 25 spots for this first one, but you know, it's only going to get bigger and better from here. So I just wanted to put that out there because I was nervous, y'all, and I forgot to say it when I was teaching. But yeah, but happy holidays. I'm glad that I've connected with Raymond, and I forgot your name, but I am connected. I am connected. I followed you guys, and I will be in touch, like, for real. I want y'all to come on my platform as well. Coach Tamika has been on the platform, but I need y'all to come on the platform and grace your presence and your knowledge with my people as well. So again, thank you, Coach Tamika. I am indebted to you. Thank you, both panelists, you know, the masterclass teachers. Thank you, guys. And I will see y'all in these Instagram streets.
Thank you. All right. Up next, let's go. Raymond
Okay.
Ferragamo.
Hey, now, somebody in your family call you Meek. Who called you Meek? Nobody?
I don't know.
Nobody call you that? Well, that's what we could get called in the South. So appreciate you, Meek, James, or Dirty Jers. Guys, I appreciate the time to speak with you guys. Maybe my last point is, guys, we're on the heels of 2023. And, you know, we spend a lot of energy in our industry. I'm talking to my hairdressers out there now. Wonderful information, both Christina and Kiki. Wonderful stuff. Stuff that I'll go back and watch and replay. A lot to just consider, guys. But in particular to my hairdressers, guys, one of the things that we think about is our toolbox, right? We think about our shears and our curling irons and our color brushes. One of the things I want you to think about in 2023 is to put the same energy in your toolbox, in your content. Like that's got to be in your toolbox too as we go in 2023. It's going to be a very defining year. And the idea of not getting involved with content creation on one of these platforms is not an option anymore. It's something that you got to get just as ninja about as you are in your cuts and your colors and your blowouts. Figure out, buy a camera. If they don't know what to buy you for Christmas, tell everybody to give you a gift card to Best Buy and go buy all the equipment that you need, because it's going to be a game changer and it could double your income just by controlling your branding and really being a part of what all of these young ladies are doing here on Well As Myself. So guys, blessings to you. Have a great Thanksgiving. Eat good. Whoever's launching anything for Black Friday next week, I hope it breaks your register. I hope you get all the way to the bag. And thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much. Once again, so much value has been shared tonight. And, you know, I want everyone to know you have to show up as your true, authentic self. As I said earlier, Raymond, you were giving some flowers to me and I gave some flowers to you. And we both have platforms. And here's what I want to say. Nobody should be afraid of being on the same platform with a person who does the same thing. You cannot do that. You know why? Because I said when I was closing, you all resonate with who you resonate with. That's just how it works. There's no competition that has to happen because the people make the choices. It's not about what I want to say or what someone else wants to say. The people choose. Okay? So you guys always please remember, sometimes it's better to be in the same room with people who are doing the same things so that you guys can feed off of each other and really give the people who you want to give a message to the message. Give them the message, because our jobs, the reason why we started our businesses is because we want to help. A business is started because it creates a solution for other people. That's all we're doing. And all day long on your social media, the reason why people scroll through your page and they see you, but they don't see you is because there's something they don't resonate with. That's just how it works. I just wanted to say that. I needed to say that, okay? I needed to say that. So thank you. There is a question, if you guys don't mind sticking around to answer. Someone asked, how much time do we spend working on our businesses? I think, okay, here it is. How much time do you guys put into your business planning, or how many hours do you suggest? If anyone wants to answer the question. A lot.
All right.
I'm always working. Like I'm always working. Even on off days, I find myself working because I create a lot of content. I'm passionate about what I do. I know my worth, so I'm always trying to give the very best of me when I put out content and blog posts, as well as booking guests for the podcast. So I sleep, but I'm here every day. I work every day, and I may take a couple hours, but even when I'm working on something else, my wheels are always turning because I'm trying to figure out how I can give more of me so that I can help other people become the best of them.
I'll answer. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's good stuff, Kiki. I'll say this, and people that follow me, they know I'm I shoot from the hip. So I don't know who asked that question, but it's a common question inside of my community. We just had a clubhouse, and people were bringing that question up, and I encourage you guys that the days of like hacking the internet and trying to trick it and finding hashtags or finding a shortcut. Everybody's figuring it out. The customers are figuring it out. The clients are figuring it out. The algorithms are figuring it out. So I know that may not be the intention, but I'll answer it this way. Because the question could be asked, and I hope that's not what they're intending, but the question could be asked is, how can I get the most out of what I want? But I'm trying to find the least amount of work. And I've been on one of our initiatives inside of what we do with Torgano Group is we have a health initiative, right? So we're helping people with their health and weight management, weight loss. And if you know me, you know what I mean? I was a lot heavier at one time. And one of the things that I've learned in weight loss and fitness and nutrition is, you ain't got to be in the gym all day, but you got to work when you're in there. Like, you got to get in there and you got to go to work. And it's not so much because we definitely, like Kiki said, we're working, guys, every day. But I encourage you to take at least 2023 and really love the work. Like, get in there and figure out what your client needs, what your staff needs, what your community needs, and really go in that gym metaphorically in your business and just go to work. I literally don't even take coaching calls with people. I've given people their money back in the middle of a coaching call when they're asking me for hacks. I don't have any more. There's no more hacks. We got to go to work. That means if we're serving people behind the chair, guys, figure out what can blow their mind and make them say, wow, with or without your hairstyles. If it's content, figure out how you can literally right now. And I'm not the only one probably that's on here. I'm probably going to get a drink, but I'm probably going to go live tonight because I'm thinking about what I heard in here. I'm thinking about an early clubhouse, and I'm constantly thinking about serving my audience. So whatever you are, whatever you're doing, I encourage you that don't overwork. Of course, you want to spend time with your family, but while you're there, don't spend so much of your time metaphorically kind of walking around the gym and taking selfies. Like, get to sweating, and you ain't got to be there that long. You know what I'm saying? You can go in there and work for 45 minutes and get what you need. And I think in our industry, it's not so much how many hours that we're working, because we're working a lot, huh, Kiki? But what I'm saying is, while you're there, talk to people, reach out to people, see how you can help them, ask the client what is needed. What do you love about my business? How can I serve it more? Get Facebook groups and surveys, figure out how you can make the most of whatever 40, 35 hours or so that you're going to need. But in those early years of whatever business that you're doing, you're going to be putting in a lot of time, because it's a very bold move to say that you're going to be an entrepreneur. That's less than 10% of the world, and less than 10% of them actually are successful in 2 years. So to say you're going to be your own boss, we got to boss all the way up, guys. Remember, leaving corporate America or leaving, quote unquote, your boss, you don't have no boss now. You got the most intense boss you'll ever have in your life. You're the boss now. You got to listen to you. You got to wake up. You got to work harder than you've ever worked. So embrace it, fall in love with it, and it'll pay you major dividends if you approach it that way. I hope that helps.
Yeah, I want to touch base on when you were speaking. You said something about you were going to go live after this. So when it comes down to how many hours we really put into our businesses, I love when you were touching on that, because we may know how many hours we want to spend on working on the business, but then when we get these moments in time where we feel the urge to share something with our audience, then we just do it. So now we got another hour that we just put in, because sometimes going live might be 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, just communicating with our people. So, someone that really is in tune with their business will do things like that. And that's why, we understand that you don't want to go live. We get it. Well, we also don't get it, because we do this thing, which is we just jump in and we serve our people. So we're hoping that at some point in time, you'll be able to feel that and do the same thing, because you're so into your business that you're willing to put the extra energy into it. And literally, guys, if you love what you do, it's really hard to count the hours, because like you just do it. Like, so to give you another answer, I have on my calendar that I have 1 hour a day that I study. It's literally on my calendar, okay? Like, you open it up and you'll see it. That is a part of my business. I am now a life and business coach. When I was fully in the beauty industry, just doing hair stuff, I studied that. So now I study what it looks like to be a coach and to assist people with their businesses. I need to learn something every day about that. That is not only just me doing something to sell something. I got to build myself. If I don't build who I am and work on me, I don't have anything else to give. So that is a part of business building, literally spending time learning. So and just signing up to all sorts of different programs and getting coaches and getting more assistance is a part of building my business for me. And I will tell you this too. I have on my calendar things that I specifically need to do for my business. They're on a calendar. So I can look at it and not overlook it, and I get those things done. So everything hits my calendar. There's no specific amount of time, and I can clearly see what I need to do. So that's how I operate.
Yeah, I would like to add to that, Coach. So me, I work like 2 to 5 hours a day, and I'm trying to decrease that. But what I do is I have systems in place, and I leverage those systems, and I put a lot of the things in my business on automation so that I do not have to physically be doing it. Like, for example, I use like text message marketing, email marketing, and so all of those things are automated. So for example, if you like sign up for my webinar, or if you sign up for, my course, anything like that, you're going to automatically get a text message like saying, congratulations, welcome, here's the next step, all that stuff. Imagine if I had to physically do that, right? I have a lot of people, reaching out on the website, all this stuff. And so it's like impossible in order for you to do every single thing in your business. So you definitely want to have a system in place that you can leverage so you can buy back your time. Nobody wants to be working 40, 50, 60, 70 hours in their business, because a lot of us entrepreneurs, we fail to realize that once we become entrepreneurs, we are doing everything. We're wearing all the hats, and we are actually buying ourselves a business, right? Because we fired our boss, but now we have the business and we are the boss. And so we have to do everything. So that's virtually impossible, especially if you, like Ray said, you want to maintain your health, right? Your health is number one. So you definitely want to leverage systems, leverage any type of automation that you can. And one thing that I recently did was hired a virtual assistant, because I want to duplicate myself so that I could buy back my time. Like my business, I love it so much. But like I said earlier, I have 3 kids. And so my time needs to be dedicated to them. I need to drop them off, pick them up, do all kind of stuff. And so if I duplicate myself by hiring a virtual assistant, then that means that whatever I can't do at that moment, this person could chime in, they can fill in. I give them, duties and stuff like that. They have standard operating procedures that they go by. So you want to be able to structure your business the right way and leverage people, leverage systems, so that you can have your time back. And that's, that is the position that you want to be in when you get to that step, because you don't want to, scale too fast and you can't afford any of these things. So that's the only thing that I had to add to that really, 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 really good question.
Yes. Yeah, I would have said the same thing too, because I have a virtual assistant. I use systems, and those are some of the things that a lot of people still don't understand and are still scared of. So y'all got to learn these things. And the question, that was a good question to close this segment out on. How much time are we putting in? And we all gave a lot of different responses, but they all were great, because you just got a little mini masterclass just now on your business, because I hope you were taking notes. And please don't just listen to what we're saying just because we're on a live. I think that it's really sad that we have live and people take it for granted. You watch and you think, oh, it's just live. No, it's not. You just got a whole masterclass on things you need to do for your business. So take heed to all of these things. All right, so that we don't hold everyone any longer tonight, I just want to tell all of the speakers, you guys are amazing. I thank you for coming tonight. You guys will be able to, if you want to use pieces of this, by once it goes to the YouTube channel, you can grab it and just use it. I always tell people, grab it, and then maybe you can, if you want to crop yourself and use. Okay, I totally did not plug my charger in. It's right here. If you want to grab it and use the part where you were speaking for content, definitely do that. If you want to use parts with other people, it's up to you. In any case, all right. Okay. All right. That's it, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you all, whoever got badges tonight. You guys are the best. Thank you to the speakers. Thank you to all of you who were watching. Thank you to all of you who shared the broadcast out tonight. And go make your business bigger and better. Have a good night. If anyone wants to speak, you go to masterclassmarathon.com. All right. Bye.